Hello, Doc Owen here with Action Figure Times. As you can see, the set's kind of changed a little bit. It's in preparation. We're going to be transitioning the set, but we're also prepping for something called Arkham Days, where with the new game coming out, the Game of the Year edition on May 29th, with some all-new content and stuff, we wanted to have something around that. And so we're going to be looking at all things Arkham, both from Arkham Asylum and Arkham City of video games, all the different toys and stuff, so you can look for that as it's coming up. And so we're in the middle of transitioning a little bit. But today we're going to look at some Matty news, some questions for the month of May. And so here we go. And this is, first question is, will we see any highly articulated figures in the 4-inch scale from Mattel, like we see with the Marvel line at Hasbro? We are consistently, and this is their answer, we are consistently exploring various scales and form factors to deliver great collector product, but we do not have any announcement to make about the 4-inch scale at this time. Probably because you blew it so bad with the first time you tried the 4-inch scale. You could have, Mattel could have done it. They could have given us some really, really great figures. And honestly, to me, instead of the line evolving, to me it almost seemed like it was devolving. I still think one of the worst figures ever was the Mary Batson or Mary Marvel figure. that wasn't even as good as a Happy Meal toy. But anyway, we'll see what they do. Next question is, would it be possible to get figure pack-outs as close to entire teams as possible, so that if a line is canceled, we at least get a full team and not left with loose characters? This was their response. We are certainly working on this for the MattyCollector.com Club Infinite Earths. Retail lines are a different story, as they ebb and flow by retailer needs, and there is no way to guarantee retailers will want a full team, even though we know this is what collectors want. You know, honestly, from a retailer's perspective, for us, we'd like to have the whole team. But for them, they want to keep us coming back for more and other things like that. And especially, let's just be honest, on some of these teams, there's so many esoteric characters that unless we buy them, they'll never sell. I mean, look at how many Commandees are sitting on shelves. I mean, I could start a Commandee army based upon some of the Walmarts that I was at a few months ago. I think they've blown them out since then. Okay, next question is, with Young Justice dead and All-Star sidelined, they are going to have that one wave with DC 52 Batman, DC 52 Superman, Red Robin, and right now I'm drawing a blank on who the fourth figure, Superboy Prime, I believe. With Young Justice dead and All-Star sidelined and Green Lantern movie figures canceled, which is probably a good idea they did that, what do we have to look forward to other than Batman figures from Dark Knight Rises and the new Kitty line? And their thing is, no announcements are going to be made at this time, thank you. They keep ginning and hawing about how coming in 2013, probably at Toy Fair, they're going to be talking about the big push for next year. They're probably going to give us some Club Infinite Earth stuff at the Mattel Forum at San Diego Comic-Con. But really, we're kind of slowed down this year, which, be saving up the money. Hopefully they're going to come up with something cool. If not, you'll have to find something else to buy. Okay, the question is, it's been about a year. When is there going to be an Action League heading in the forums? And their answer is definitely something we need to get up on the forums, ! As though they're excited. Working on it. I'll have to check and see whether they've done it. I haven't checked in the last couple of days, but really, guys, it's not that hard to pick up a forum thing. Come on. Okay, next question is, are you rethinking your action figure this is actually a good question. Are you rethinking your action figure formula, such as very little articulation, character selection, etc.? This is their answer. Yes and no. We are always looking to create quality products with a great price value. Depending on whether it's meant for kids or adults will determine our focus and trade-offs. That's a very, very political answer to a very, very great question. There's certain things that Mattel does excellent with their action figures, and there's certain things they just suck at, or at least they've sucked up to this point. And so one of the things is, I really do, they say that with the new lines that we're going to be seeing, that they've learned their lessons. Hopefully that's true. Okay, it says, so with all the damage control with the DC Universe items, is there going to be a retail 6-inch line? The answer is, we're still trying to figure out what we can do with the tooled Young Justice figures. At this point, there's no guarantee of release. Now, Batman and Kid Flash are out there right now. In fact, if you need them, you can go to enchantedtoychest.com and they have them as a set. As for the DC Universe, there will be one more wave of DC Universe in 2012. That was the All-Star wave, really, hitting around August. So that's when you should look for them. After that, you will need to find a new DC Collector mass line at retail in 2013, and it says where we have taken the lessons from Young Justice, DC Universe, and Legacy. I'm curious as to what lessons they got out of it, because to me, Young Justice would have been a better line if they'd have got the lesson as we want articulation. I mean, you know, and let me just say this, and this is going to come up here in a little bit, but not today, but in one of the future broadcasts. Did you notice, I don't know about you, but I like the Young Justice cartoon. Did you notice that I never saw a single commercial in and around that block? I know that there are some stipulations to what they can and can't do as far, so it doesn't turn into one big long infomercial, but I'm pretty sure they could do a bookends, and why not let kids know that those toys are actually out there? I'm just saying. Next is actually another Young Justice question. Kid Flash, it says, is it true that the tooled Young Justice figures will be released, 6-inch and 4-inch? And it says Kid Flash and Batman will be making it out, and they are out, like I said, and should hit stores any day. The other two, unfortunately, will not at this time. So Superboy doesn't. It's not looking good for Superboy. He'd be a pretty decent Matty collector figure. Just make heads, swap heads out, for Young Justice and comic version type thing. And then we asked Toy Guru, of all the figures released for Masters of the Universe this year, which is your favorite? From Toy Guru. Well, Mighty Spectre aside, because remember that was the one, it really is. I don't know if you really know much about Toy Guru. And I know everybody's got different opinions, but I do know with the Masters of the Universe line, that's really time he donates. And he's the one that's really responsible. Without him, we never would have seen Masters of the Universe again. And I thought it was really cool that a kid like we used to be, that entered a contest years ago, ends up head of the line and finally gets his action figure made, which was the Mighty Spectre. He says, I love Cobra Khan. He was one of my favorites as a child, and it's so cool to see him in the classic style. Not a big Masters of the Universe fan, but I respect his cred when it comes to this. He really does a great job. And all the extra hours he's burned that he didn't really get paid for this, I really respect. Okay, now here was a big question, because I was wondering this. It says, will Young Justice continue on the Matty Collector? No, there are no plans right now. This is a line that needs kids and mom support to continue. We have found from experience that DC animated figures cannot live on collector support alone. Well, then my thing is simply this. Why don't we see more ads for them? I don't know about you, but I don't remember seeing any real ads for Young Justice at all. Not in recent memory. I was even trying to remember if there was anything with comic books. Well, this is our questions from Matty Collector this month. Be sure that you're looking forward to our Arkham days that are coming up. We're going to be talking about all kinds of cool things. They really made some cool toys around both games. But anyway, this is Doc Owen with AFTimes.com. Make sure you stop by, visit the forums, tell us what you think, and we'd love to hear from you. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you comment. See you next time.